How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another Battlefield 3 loadout. That's right, there's no Black Ops 2 today. Seeing as that new Aftermath DLC was released, I thought I'd go back to Battlefield 3 and treat it to some game time. I'm definitely a Call of Duty player at heart, but Battlefield 3 was kind of my sanctuary throughout Modern Warfare 3. I don't know what I would have done without Battlefield 3 this year when I got frustrated with Dead Man's Hands and all the other nonsense in Modern Warfare 3. Unfortunately, it seems my Battlefield videos have come to a kind of a halt with Black Ops 2, but I thought it was only fair to go back to Battlefield 3 for this special Aftermath themed loadout, just to pay tribute to the game that helped me preserve my sanity this year. So the title of this one is Aftermath Survivor. The year is 2012 and you're facing the aftermath of the zombie apocalypse, and you've got to find whatever weapons and equipment you can to defend yourself against those hordes of flesh eaters. Obviously the theme of the Aftermath DLC is the aftermath of the earthquakes, but I think it's much more fun if you treat it as the aftermath of the zombie apocalypse. So let's get started and take a look at some weapons and accessories we're going to use for our Aftermath Survivor setup. Although they do have some drawbacks, Hollywood movies have proved that shotguns are one of the most effective weapons against zombies. So for our Aftermath Survivor loadout, we're going to go with the 870 MCS. The Remington 870 is a relatively cheap and quite widely available shotgun even to civilians, at least over in the United States. So that's the weapon we're going to choose for our primary defense against those zombies. There's no point in wasting time trying to choose a site when collecting your supplies in the gun store during that zombie apocalypse, so we'll leave the optics slot blank and just use the iron sights. We're going to be fighting off hordes of zombies, so we're going to need an extended magazine tube to hold as many shells as possible. So for accessory slot 1 we'll go with the extended mag attachment. Then for the ammo selection we'll just go with a plain old buckshot. We're going to need that wide spread of pellets for maximum effectiveness against zombies, and we don't really need range too much, seeing as the 870 is going to be our last line of defence against those hordes of flesh eaters. You don't have to look far on the internet to find page after page of discussion on zombie survival forums about which sidearm is most preferable, a revolver or a semi-automatic pistol. Semi-autos have the upper hand in magazine size, as well as the ease and efficiency of replacing that magazine, not to mention the considerable rate of fire when compared to a single or double action revolver. But on the other hand, you've got to consider the accuracy that you get with a revolver, and of course that sheer firepower from such as the 44 Magnum round. Seeing as we've got the Remington 870 for our close range protection, we'll use the 44 Magnum revolver to make use of that long range accuracy to pop off zombies' heads off in the distance. So moving on, let's take a look at the rest of our setup for our Aftermath Survivor loadout. One of the coolest new additions to Battlefield 3 as part of this Aftermath DLC is that new Crossbow. You might not think a crossbow is going to be that effective against zombies, but it's actually going to be the finishing touch to our Aftermath Survivor loadout. We've got that Remington 870 for close range protection, then we've got that 44 Magnum to give us the ability to pop off a zombie's head at any range. But the key thing to remember when using any kind of firearm is the noise it makes, which can attract those hordes of zombies. This makes the crossbow a perfect tool to pick off any stray zombies without alerting the rest of the brain eaters. The best tactic I found was to use the crossbow more as a primary weapon, take out as many zombies as you can with it. Then once you start being overrun, that's when you can switch out to your shotgun to put up the fight for as long as possible. Now I didn't mention at the start, but we're going to use the Recon Kit for our Aftermath Survivor loadout. The main reason for this is so we can equip the radio beacon. Most of the population has been overrun by that zombie virus, but there might be some other survivors out there that you can join forces with. The only way you're going to find these people is to use your radio beacon to send out a distress signal. You're only going to be able to hold out on your own for so long, so it's important to try and get rescued as quick as possible. When gathering supplies, you want to take as much ammo as possible, so for the specialisation we'll go with the ammo perk. Then because most of us live in city environments, we're going to need the urban camo to help us remain concealed within the grey tones of these urban environments. So that's about it for my Aftermath Survivor loadout for Battlefield 3. Equip this setup and have some fun in that new Aftermath DLC. You can forget all about earthquakes and just treat it as if it was the zombie apocalypse, and it makes it 10 times more fun. I can't say for sure how many more Battlefield 3 videos I'll be producing, but I guess it all depends on how well this video is received. So if you did enjoy this video or just like the look of the loadout, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up down below just to help spread the word and share the video with your friends. If this video does get more likes and comments and all that good stuff than my Black Ops 2 videos, I'll definitely consider continuing with this Battlefield 3 loadout series. I know I've attracted quite a few Battlefield fans throughout this year, so I'll leave it in your hands as to what appears on my channel in the future. So don't forget, you can always come and say hello on Twitter or Facebook. Links to both profiles are down in the description. Otherwise, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all later.